Perfect. We've got the chat up, so feel free to drop a message in if you would like to. That's no problem at all. Right. Going through everything, let's start with the news that we've got today. Hopefully, this will load properly. I did go through everything yesterday. I worked it out. I think you've obviously just got these settings here, but there doesn't look like there's a way that you can save it, but it is what it is. So we've obviously had some pound data, pretty much, a mix. We've had some good GDP. We've had obviously negative trade balance, which is quite a big, obviously, increase as you can see, and obviously relatively good GDP and manufacturing data. Um, we've got a pretty, sort of mixed day overall. We've got a monetary policy for euro, and then we've obviously got jobless claims. Jobs are obviously important. That's supposedly supposed to increase. Everything's looking good for the US dollar at the moment, apart from jobs. So we'll wait and see. Obviously, Philadelphia Fed manufacturing is supposed to be good, so that's obviously going to be another positive. There's been a lot of positives for the US dollar, so it seems like it's going from strength to strength a bit. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens here. But yeah, jobs is going to be the big one because that's the only thing holding it back a little bit. I mean, non-farm payroll was pretty good, but it's these jobless claims which we've got to keep an eye on. So I'll probably bring out, I'll probably mark everything up after 1:30. Just to obviously, give us that indication of obviously what is happening. US dollar currently testing these highs here. All right, this is pretty key. We want to obviously see whether dollar's got enough momentum to break through this. And obviously, if it has, brilliant. Then yeah, we're going to be then challenging this 99,500. Yesterday we had a bit of a tail off. However, this 99 level held, so we're kind of smushed in between here. I don't think we can look at the US dollar as being bearish until it breaks this 99 cleanly, and it's probably got to break this low here. So I'm going to drag it down to about here. That's what it's got to break for us to think about a trend, change. As long as it's trading above this area, we've obviously always got to be bullish on the US dollar. We've got yields up and we've got stocks up. So it's a pretty, kind of optimistic day. All right. Now going through my top pick was USDJPY, triggered straight away. So everyone should be in this. Everyone should be in a bit of profit. Yen is kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Let's look at everything in regards to where your yen's kind of mixed. Yes, it's up, but is it up or is it just around break even? So I think if yen starts to weaken, as you can see here, US dollar is the strongest. I do think this is a very, very good trade that we've got in here. So if yen starts to weaken a bit, US dollar is going to be carried up nicely. So let's wait and see. I think yesterday afternoon it had its chance to break, and obviously that didn't happen. It had this big push down here. Our stops actually yesterday were about here. But obviously that is, it's pretty much the same entry that we were in yesterday, but obviously we pushed up. And I do think that this has got at least momentum to coming into test this area. There's two areas here which we want to look to be tested. One is going to be here. I'll change the color of my lines. There we go. And then one is going to be here. And then obviously, if we break through, then yes, this 59.8 to 60 should be tested. Probably more the 60 area. I've just obviously been a bit more realistic, but obviously these will be the two levels that I'd want to get tested. Gold, again, very, very, similar entry to what we've had all week this week, it's this area here. This is the area that we, want to be tested. There's a lot of, support here. You can see even during Asia, this was then again tested. Couldn't break. So yeah, let's wait and see. Obviously, what happens here. We actually got in at this entry yesterday. Ended up pumping beautifully. But obviously, yeah, I would rather be a little bit more patient, just because if you look at overall risk here, um, there's risk will be tilting towards stocks and yields as opposed to gold. At the moment this morning, but obviously I'm still not going to sell. Obviously we need, like we said, we need this area really to cleanly break, and then obviously we can look to sell. We've then got obviously euro. I'm not sure that this one's going to trigger, but I didn't want to put it anywhere else. It's I think that we want to be a bit realistic. I could have pulled entries down a little bit further, but what I think is a good rule of thumb here is if you whatever you want to enter, just raise it up slightly, because you're always covered. And then obviously GBP USD here, again, just wanted it to tap into this area, and then obviously tail off to the downside here. So that's obviously what we're looking at this morning. I've chosen obviously not to do AUD and USD. Like I've been saying all week, it's very, very messy. It's not, moving much. So that's why I've decided to, leave it out. So yeah, uh, overall, you can see why USDJPY just by the candle, movement. Just imagine a candle obviously as liquidity just by the movement that it's creating here. You can kind of see obviously that there should be some good momentum to the upside. And obviously, even as we've been doing this video, there's a lot more green against yen than there was a couple of minutes ago. So all we need is this to be, supported, and then this will absolutely fly. So that's what we're kind of looking at here. Um, I think there's an outside chance that gold will trigger, and then probably stay within this area. I can't see gold breaking. There's nothing to break it out to all-time highs. But obviously, I do think it could stay potentially in this area, and obviously, this move here is plenty for us. So just be aware of that. Also, does anyone have any questions? Any questions at all? Happy to answer. Happy to answer. Or if everyone's happy, I will go and do the school run. Oh, I got a really, really bad headache this morning. But yeah, no, happy. Hopefully you guys are obviously happy. So yeah, let's hold it off here. Like always, if you got any questions, you got my private messenger, so feel free to reach out and message me. It's not a problem at all. Have a good one, guys. Have a good one.